Alright, hello everyone, if anyone's already tuned in. We're starting the tournament in a little bit. I'm just sorting out the match calling and stuff. All the tournament, things. Alright, the match calling stuff is done, so now that I can actually concentrate on things, hey, hello everyone, welcome to Azure Overdrive Season 3, Season 2, Episode 3. This week is just gonna be me. Dwish was busy, so he couldn't be on commentary. And yeah, our first match is going to be It's Mad versus Laguna, who entered the last tournament under General Trash, something like that. I'm not exactly sure who It's Mad plays. Give me a second. You can start. Hi, Zinni. Let's see which one is player 1 and which one is player 2. Yeah, tournament this time around. So it's gonna be Naoto versus Ragna. Okay. This is gonna be a pretty standard, in-fighter type of match. Both characters don't have many like crazy nutsy things that require a lot of like knowledge checks to deal with. It's just two dudes just punching each other 5 feet apart because their normals are relatively big. Especially stuff like Ragna 5B and Naoto's drives, they allow them a decent chunk of neutral control at the ranges where each other wants to be. So it's just gonna be a lot of them just holding forward, running each other, butting heads, and see who can leverage a lot more of their pressure. Both have a very similar pressure structures. They're really good at just standard BlazBlue stuff. But there's one thing that Naoto does have, is Naoto's damage potential can be extremely tough for Ragnar to deal with, because although his effective HP is rather high, his actual like base HP is pretty low and just on the base of his lifesteal. We're seeing a pretty passive round start for now, just Laguna trying to outspace with 5B and Naoto just trying to sit there. Spanish Gaming? No, this is not Spanish Gaming. There will be Spanish Gaming in later on, but no. This isn't Spanish Gaming, this is just NA tournament. Also, hi, LA. Was we found this gaming? Holy shit. Like that. It's everyone here! Yeah. So far, pretty subdued match. Laguna was forced to burst relatively early on. Alright. This is full corner carry, yep. No DP, okay. Doesn't block the overhead, and that was an interesting choice of routing. The DPRC just to guarantee that you have the height to pick up there. I like that. It's a bit of a more expensive alternative to the crush trigger combos we've seen some other Natas do when you're not confident on the microdash stuff. Other than that, just a lot of really... Oh, bit of a slide down there. Hopefully it was only on the spectator side, but still pretty good. Just standard jab pressure, gets grabbed, doesn't take it. And yeah, seeing a little bit of combos. Naoto, pretty... Oh, really nice roll catch there. Laguna hasn't had quite the chance to start enforcing their own game plan. Baits the burst there, doesn't exactly get it. And it's gonna have to come soon because, no, I think at this point it's too late and it's Matt is gonna take the game. Naoto is pretty good damage. Yeah, goes for the easy route, doesn't want to risk dropping it on like some fancy microdash combos, and just decides to go for the OD into the super. Shut up, Zenny. The grid cycle is covered because it doesn't matter. Who cares about grid? We're just holding forward. Yeah, things are being rather standard here. Again, with the totally not homoerotic tension intro, we're letting it fully rock this time around. Okay, I respect it. Maybe just Laguna take us a chance to take a breather after the last round. Right, again, pretty irrespectful round start both these games. Small bit of damage. Good instant block there, and it's Matt. Blocks the Gauntlet Hades and goes under the second part of the Gauntlet Hades. Really good defense so far for it's Matt. Seeing a little bit of Ragnar pressure, but manages to DP out there. It's kind of scary to DP out of Ragnar pressure because he has so many points of where he can just like do nothing and still be safe. Oh wow, gets hit by the crush trigger, just roll like that. We do not barrier in this house, but it's fine, drops the combo, gets hit with a... Laguna gets hit with the empty jump blow anyways, and it's Matt is still very commandingly just taking care of the game. Gets her unblockable, but doesn't quite have the reach for the confirm, and it's again back to neutral. Okay, couple of really interesting interactions, but it all ends up in a bit of a Street Fighter cross-up there with Naoto JP, which is one of the buttons of all time. Alright. Again, back at it, a little bit of more of an aggressive round start there. Laguna's pretty active in trying to pull his pace, like right in front of him with like JC and 5B. Both of our buttons are really good, one of some of Fragnet's best buttons. It manages to get its Matt with the air unblockable, and this is the first... Oh, I was about to say that was the first big opening Laguna has had in a good while, and Caster Curse. It's fine. Again, drops the combo, but goes immediately for the OD, and this should kill, yeah. Staircase into DBD. Oh, goes for the swag? Okay, I respect it, I respect it. RC, not RC, just like the dash follow-up in OD into the current scissors. Alright. Overhead, no confirm in either of those, and it's Matt gets tired of that. Immediately DPs and good wall catch there, expecting Laguna to just try to roll through and get back to neutral. No tech, okay, that's interesting. No teching is a pretty like high risk, high reward defensive offense. We do not have to do push-ups today, that's pretty good. And we're going back to a little bit of neutral, immediately just dash in DP, then out to classic. Doesn't respect the frame advantage after the JC, and Laguna forced to burst in a really just almost sort of a checkmate situation. Bit of 5D pressure. And the Rekka RC into the overhead is going to be what seals it. That's going to be 2-0 for its Matt. And yeah, pretty decent. Pretty decent showing for its match. Laguna unfortunately couldn't quite get the flow of the game to start going in their favor. Let's see. Wait a second, there's... Wait, Bracket shouldn't have... Bracket shouldn't have accepted anyone, oh my god. Yeah, there was a little bit of an issue with the bracket. Again, I'm really sorry. But yeah, no. Next one should be Savage. Okay. Wait. Didn't call it on stream. Wait, go to play off stream. Did I make a mistake in the match call? No, I shouldn't have. Okay, we're waiting on the second person for the next match to go in, which should be the Walking Bread. We saw... Give us it. Okay, yeah, there was a little bit of a logistical issue here. My bad. It happens again. Okay, so yeah, a bit of a mishap here. Oh, God, but it's fine. It's gonna be Savage versus the Walking Bread. Okay, so it's gonna be Hazama versus Jubei, and pretty high mobility matchup. Both characters have, well, Jubei after getting the install unlocked, and Hasama just by virtue of being Hasama, both characters have pretty good tools to just like move around the screen and just gain space aggressively. Action. So let's see. We're seeing here. Immediately Walking Bread opens up with a throw. No tech on Savage part. Drops a combo though, and gets picked up again by the chain. No block on the stance overhead. One thing that's like relatively common for wow, just nothing, since they're expecting one of the other stance follow-ups and immediately gets grabbed. That's fine. JB counter hit, that's pretty good. This is gonna be an install. No, it doesn't go for the install route. Whiffs the meaty, and Savage immediately wakes up with the grab, and that was a pretty quick round. Right. Oh wow, really nice round start out of Savage, going for the air throw there. Hazama wants to be in the air a lot. He has an extremely commanding air presence, so going for the air throw there is pretty smart. Nice, we're jumping out of the Hazama stance really good. Get counter hit by 2B and doesn't want to take the combo. He decides to burst. Gets the corner back. Policing here a little bit. Not letting Savage get out of the corner for free. And they're just jumping around up until Walking Bread mistimes the chain. A little bit of fireball Oki. Okay, this is still a string. Decides to jump back, and now they're both extremely mobile in the air, but really good catch by Walking Bread with the stance uppercut. Pretty easy confirm into the super, and Savage doesn't jump out this time out of the star. Tries to go for the air throw again, maybe just going for some type of hard read, but doesn't quite pay off. A couple of whiff throws there, and gets tagged by a chain, which is going to lead, it's going to lead to you're dead, and that's going to be 1-0 by Walking Bread. Fortunately, I'm looking at the bracket, yeah, fortunately, with a little bit mishap on my end, the bracket didn't get shifted around too much, which is very lucky. Wouldn't want to have a repeat of what happened the first tournament I ran. But yeah, okay. Oh wow, both moves narrowly missing each other, and pretty wild round start there. But it's fine, we're going back to neutral. Pretty good counter hit there, but doesn't get the confirm. Okay, again another rare counter hit. Jubei has some pretty good buttons to police the air. Decent wake up just to make sure what's happening. Drops the combo, and then Savage wasn't ready for the EA after that. Catches the drive and immediately goes into the stance, and this is a really good position for Jubei. Unfortunately, Savage drops the combo, but still Jubei is in a pretty winning position. Drops the Rekka there, doesn't drop, ends on the Rekka and gets counter hit. Really smooth throw-in by Walking Bread. Hazama has a step dash, but it's pretty fast, so just the dash throw out of Hazama is pretty harmful. Really good, again, burst bait. That burst bait was a little bit risky there. Okay. A lot of air shenanigans so far in this matchup, which is expected, and again with the command grab, Walking Bread really likes that option, and to be fair, it's not like that good of an option because most people's response is to automatically, like whenever Hazama enters stance, is to jump, so it's just not that good of an option, but maybe because of for that same reason, if you're not ready for it, you will get hit by like Brenzo command grab. Chases down with the stance, and really good policing of the airspace there by Walking Bread. He's noticing that Savage has this habit of trying to like jump out of the corner, like drive out of the corner while jumping, and so he's just standing there at an angle where chains just don't let that happen. Reversal of the situations there, and wow, just a little bit of a trade there, and then immediately just counter hit. Alright, we're back in it still. And oh, wow, ping throw there. Okay, doesn't exactly get the most leverage out of that, but that was still pretty rough. Oh wow, I'm really surprised that managed to pick up, but still pretty good round of Savage. And yeah, once Jubei gets an install, this matchup suddenly becomes a lot more annoying for Hazama to deal with, because he has to be super cognizant of the fact that Jubei can just fill the entire airspace with his drive. Really nice use of the back dash into forward dash special trait that Jubei has, allows Savage to catch Walking Bread in a nice 2B low, the Jesus kick. And again, wow, the install right into the grab. Again, another ping throw. We're getting a little bit rude there. Wow, I'm really surprised that Chain actually managed to tag Jubei from drive. The one thing, like, Jubei drive isn't actually invul. He's still like fully interactable with. He's just like really fast. No way that hit. No way that hit. That was some cursed Axis hitbox stuff. But yeah, out of what was otherwise a really clean game by Savage ends up being taken out of a sort of wacky interaction, and that allows them to equate the fight to 1-1. And the switch. Okay, the switch for Susanoo. Maybe just deciding that they don't want to engage in the air footsies, they don't want to play that kind of game, they just would rather press 5B and just brutalize the cat, which, I mean, fair enough. If that's what you want to do, that's what you do.
The wheel of fate is turned. Live. One. Action.
Alright, so again, Susanoo versus Jubei. Just a little bit of a pretty rough round start here for Walking Bread. Forced to burst immediately. Pretty good air tour there. One of Susanoo's best buttons ends up being his air tour options. But Jubei also has really good options to contest that exact same place. Again, goes... Oh wow, really nice DP out of Walking Bread. And again, this is not going to be dead. Drops the combo. Oh wow, tries to go for the parry, expecting some sort of meaty, but Walking Bread just does the swaggiest little stab and then grabs. It was a pretty tough round, but at least Savage is coming into this one with burst advantage. Instant blocks the 5B and chooses to try to go for something. Really nice ODR there. Fully aware of the fact that Susanoo is extremely weak to ODR in his pressure. And making sure, wow, he already has the base seal at level 3. That's pretty rough. Again, drops the thing that gives him gut press. Savage is gonna start to have looking at the screen because you don't want to get gut press reset. Right? We already have the drive there for Jubei. And Susanoo has no DP or no Ground Viper yet, no Sonic Spin either, so Savage is so far in a pretty good spot. Really nice ODR there out of Walking Bread, and this is going to be a pretty good heap of damage unless he drops the combo, but oh wow, that was actually safe. Really lucky there for Savage. Drop is gonna burst this, yeah, chooses to go for the place where it's safe to burst, and neither of them have burst, and I don't think Jubei has options to burst there. Oh wow, the safe drop. And is Walking Bread going to burst or no? He's just gonna take it and have it for the next round. Unless goes for either. Strange. If you're gonna hold it, just and now Savage is just doing a little bit of keep away gaming and really nice RC there after the drives to just manage to find out the route, and Walking Bread deciding to use his overdrive gauge right at the last moment might come back to bite him. Right, we have really nice anti-air there, expecting for the drive, and gets the no-tech out of Savage. You have the Fireball, okay. Jubei can't confirm that unless it's counter hit. Oh, air hit 6B, and this should be it. This is a heap of damage unless, oh, Walking Bread drops a combo. Again, Savage gets hit. Counter assault there. And Savage is steering on the brink of life here. Susanoo does a heap of damage out of any situation he can kill and ends up taking the game with an air hit 6B. That was a bunch of pretty unfortunate situations there, but really well played out of both players. The switch to Susanoo ended up working in favor of Walking Bread. It just allowed him to have to think less about like writing stuff like that and just use the fact that Susanoo deals incredible damage and that his pressure buttons is extremely solid. Alright, and that's going to be our next match. It's going to be Squidward and Sebum. It's going to be our last match for round 1. Okay. Rebecca Railer. Okay. Who's in which place? Sebum versus Squidward. Update. Here we go. We're going to see Isayoi versus Bullet. This is, I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty tough matchup for Bullet. Isayoi definitely can just abuse the fact that she has better tools. Bullet is a character that's just perceived to be relatively weak in the general scope of the game, but that doesn't mean that she's a character without options. One of her biggest strengths is just the amount of damage. Her pressure is also pretty tricky. She has a lot of -1 reset points in pressure that allow her to just play a lot with opponent tendencies. Really good catch on the no tech there. I wonder what Sebum was expecting there. And this should be double Miklet. Fails the double snap hands combo, I mean. And that allows Sebum to get out of corner. Really nice DP, but unfortunately a little bit too far away to confirm with the 5B. And the drive just snaps right back into the teleport. That's actually an interaction that I failed to consider when it was starting the matchup. The fact that Bullet can just hold drive in the air, and if Isayoi is careless with her teleports, he can just get snagged like that. And this should be it. Oh, decides to go for the burst bait there with the 5A, which, oh wow, no punish on the whiff DP. Alright. Sebum fails to, I think that's Miklet, whatever the command run grab is. He probably got cut jumping or something. But yeah, that's, oh wow, really nice backdash there. That could have almost been really bad for Squidward. DP, no punish though. That, again, that also could have been really bad for Sebum. Both of them have failed to punish a couple of really big openings, but so far, pretty nice ODR there out of Sebum, managing to start the pace of the game. Gets full Gundam mode stacks, and now it's time for Isayoi Gaming. No punish on the DP, but still really good position to be in if you're Isayoi. Counter hit throw. I wonder what Squidward's trying to do there. Then 5C is one of the Bullet's like best pressure buttons. It ends up at -1, and then since she can dash cancel it and do a lot of stuff after it. But oh wow, it just flies into it, no buttons, and gets caught by air drive. I wonder if stun button didn't come out for Sebum there. Again, catches the no tech. Burst, yeah. If you kind of have to burst that. Okay, just fully holds it. Okay. Oh wow, a little bit too far from the corner for that combo. She actually can get a combo out of that encounter hit, I'm pretty sure, but that was unfortunate. And wow, confirms into the Astral. Really good recognition there of the situations, and Squidward manages to take a pretty close game 1. Alright. So, even though Squidward got that game, I don't think it was all that one-sided. There was a lot of missed opportunities for both players, and I think this is pretty evenly matched so far from what I'm seeing. It's just Bullet has a lot higher base damage. Isayoi's higher damage combos require like either very specific starters or like complex routing, so she gets a little bit less direct reward out of every hit, especially if you're not like at a high mastery level with her. In exchange, Bullet can get pretty good chunk of damage out of everything almost everywhere, as long as she has the heat levels. Gets cut low, maybe was trying to fussy jump out of Bullet's ring. And Bullet, despite... Oh my god, what the hell? Okay, we're being extremely rude right now. taunt RC into counter hit, and I think Squidward's in Seaboom's head. That's a move from someone that's in your head. And right now, Squidward being on match point, this just means that Seaboom, a really nice stick throw there, drops the combo unfortunately and doesn't block the JB follow up after drive. Teleports out of the drive. I mean, I got sit there and drive again. Air drive has been such a major tool for Squidward in this matchup. Seaboom hasn't been able to like effectively deal with that either with DP or just moving out of range and hitting him with the projectiles. Alright, 5C, no cancel. Ring just standard strings, no block on the 6A, and this should be dead. OD? Yeah, this Seaboom is dead. Yep, this was indeed dead, and that was a rather quick 2-0 there for Squidward. And that finishes our round 1 matches. That was the last one, I'm pretty sure. Look at the bracket. Yeah, that was the last one. Right, so I'm going to call the round 2 matches there on Discord. What scores? It's 2-0 for Squidward. So now our matches are going to be first match of round 2 is going to be Euchre versus Sheldon Senpai. And yeah, that was a pretty fun first round. A couple of good games. We got a surprise participant. I'm really sorry to all the tournament attendees again for the little technical mistake. But yeah, this is going to be Hazama versus, I think Sheldon's also a Snake player. I think it's either like Terumi or Hazama. Yeah, it's going to be another Hazama mirror. Well, I don't know why I say another, but it's going to be a Hazama mirror, which means we have 3 Hazama players in this bracket so far. 4, I think, because we also have another Snake player.
The wheel of fate is turned. Live. 1. Action.
Alright, Hazama mirrors. Start a little bit of just standard change swinging around, and immediate burst by Sheldon Senpai. That 5C counter hit was going to be a good chunk of damage. Swing to the corner, and Jamaging Ender. Let's see, really nice catch on the roll there. Again, back to the corner, and this is dead. Yep. Potenjin to finish it, and Euchre is 1 round up. Again, back to the same place, same time. Jamaican knockdown, and let's see. Chooses to backdash and doesn't exactly get the. Oh wow! It goes for the young combo into the overhead. Tenjin, and this is dead. 2 pretty quick rounds out of Euchre. Really, really good Hazama. And Sheldon Senpai didn't exactly get to play all that much. See, Hazama mirrors can be pretty swingy because, well, mirrors in general can be pretty swingy. Characters are just since both players are both have the same tools, the same character, same, but not exactly the same knowledge or skill. It's just a really tough time if you are like against a character, someone who's better than you at your own character. But still, I don't think this is all it doomed. Sheldon Senpai still hasn't shown us what he's capable of yet. And really nice pick up there with a max range. JB. Okay, tries to go for some cheeky chain down mix-ups. And gets the counter hit chain, but had already committed to one of the follow-ups. And we're doing a little bit ring around the rosy here. And Euchre is forced to burst here. And yeah, Hazama mirrors are really offense heavy. Oh wow, what the hell was that reset? That's not something you see too commonly, but still. Sheldon Senpai gets caught by it. No tech and tries to roll. And then mashes, gets counter hit by Euchre, who's balancing every single defensive option that Sheldon Senpai tried to use there. And unfortunately doesn't quite get the meteor for the super ender. And Euchre really good knowledge there. Escapes the like little triangles, block string stuff that Hazama can do to you in Overdrive. And immediately punishes there with the JB. Sheldon Senpai opens up with a 3C counter hit, and this is that's honestly a really good opening. Oh, Hazama jab whiffing on croucher is something that you have to be super cognition on, and Euchre masterfully notices the opening. Again, stands overhead, goes back to the corner, Jamajin. Again, oh, Hazama. Both Hazama players have gotten caught there. Hazama 5A is really good at policing jumps, but again, since it's one of the moves that whiffs on crouchers, if you're just doing it, you can just get killed. And wow, really nice roll catch there, and that was an extremely smart sequence of events by the hands of Sheldon. Manages to tie the game round 1, and still not out of it. Pretty good evasive movement there. Unfortunately, doesn't quite punish with the Jamajin whiffs there. And both of them have just been giving each other a little bit of low taps, JAs, JB, but no big confirms. Right? So far, Euchre is out of chains. Again, everything has just been really just small combos up until this one where Sheldon managed to land a 6C counter hit, and that would have been a ton of damage. Oh my god, Jamajin counter hit right into Hotejin. Should be dead. Yeah, this should be dead. And Sheldon Senpai manages to tie it up 1-1. Yeah, it was really well played, and even though Euchre started up with a pretty decent advantage in round 1, Sheldon Senpai was able to collect their bearings and just start playing the Hazama they know how to play. And yeah, Hazama mirrors again, just like an extremely like fun to watch mirror in my opinion, because both characters have so many options on the screen, and they also have a lot of ways to deal with those specific options themselves. So the mind games that get displayed in Hazama mirrors are extremely funny to me. Touching chains. And that all that sequence ends up with Euchre going to the corner. No counter hit on the 2C, so unfortunately no pickup for him. This one is a little bit of a blue combo. We're not holding tech here. Oh wow, 6C catches the backdash. Hazama's backdash, not exactly the best of them. Oh my god, the no tech, and again, probably try to roll out of there. Ends up whiffing the 2A, and both Hazamas in Overdrive is so scary, but Euchre doing... Huh? What is... Oh wow, that was a cheeky route. I tried to do for a set before I reset there, but Euchre wasn't biting on it, and Hotejin weaves, and Euchre responds to... with his own Hotejin. And that was a really eventful match. A lot of things happened there. Both are pretty close to getting burst. Sheldon almost has his OD gauge again, and that was unfortunate. Oh wow. Strange drop there, both touching chains again. Really good pickup out of Sheldon. The chain management really tries to go for the ping throw in that situation, huh? As I was going to say, chain management is a really big deal in this mirror specifically, because if you don't have chains in the air, you're in a very, like, I don't want to say exactly losing, but you're in a very disadvantageous position compared to your opponent. And wow, bursting immediately. Sheldon wanted to try to do some chain stuff, but Euchre was super ready with the earth throw, and then after that the interaction goes right into he tried to do a cross under there. Cute. That's not something you see Hazan players go for all that often. Cross under doesn't quite have the routing there to kill the meter. And oh wow, gets hit by the 3C there. Sheldon Senpai so close to finishing up, but let's see if Euchre can manage. Oh wow, gets rolled catch, and the whiff throw. Whiff throw isn't plus in this game. This is an under night. And round 1, I mean, Sheldon managed to trade the rounds 1-1, and immediate like 3C counter hit into an instant burst by Sheldon Senpai. They're in a really bad situation to be in. Both of them are just trying every single trick in the Hazama book, seeing if they can catch each other sleeping. Again, just tries to go for a grab there. And so far, Euchre this round has gotten the advantage. Again, really nice instant block there by Sheldon Senpai. Super aware of that. That stance wasn't plus in that situation. I mean, if your own character. Oh wow, drops the combo. And whiffs the 2A, and this shouldn't be it, but this is a very tough situation because he's in throw kill range now after this interaction. Sheldon Senpai trying to see what he can do. No pickup, no conversion of the overhead. Euchre wasn't ready for the hot engine there, and again another no conversion on the overhead. Oh my god, the third one. What a way to end the game. And that's gonna be Euchre taking it 2-1. And that was a really fun match to see. Hazama mirrors are always so funny to me. Both contenders just say GG's, and our next match is going to be Just a Tomato versus Squidward. See, waiting on Just Tomato. Squidward is the one that's here. Just a Tomato. Alright, going to ping him again. Alright, Tomatoes here. So this is going to be Bullet versus Kagura, two characters that aren't exactly the strongest, but they do heal. Okay, I guess it's not Bullet. I guess Squidward also plays Relius. Well, this changes just changes things a little bit because Relius is a pretty rough matchup for Kagura, and yeah, this is previous knowledge counter pick here. Let's see. Relius has a ton of options to just like not let Kagura play the game, and it's up to just Tomato to make sure that he can capitalize on any mistakes that Squidward makes. Like for example, that jump down. Yeah, it's a pretty rough matchup. Immediate burst out there by Squidward. He doesn't want to give Kagura any momentum because Kagura, as many weaknesses as the character has, if you give that character an inch, he will take not a mile. He will take like I don't know, don't exactly know my measurements, but he will take a ton. Okay, sure. Let's do a bit of a mental reset. I jumbled over my own words there. And yeah, really, really good run there by Just a Tomato, just immediately just destroying everything Squidward wants to make, but really good use there for Ledley. Ledley is Reliu's only unique defensive option, but in this matchup is extremely good because Ledley is super fast, and most of Kagura's tools have really long recovery, so Relius can just effectively just Ledley, and Kagura has to be super, super careful about what he chooses to do in pressure. And we're going through gears, just ensuring the knockdown. Really nice ODR there. And this is what the other side of a matchup's in. We saw in the last round what happens when Kagura gets to hit you 3 times. Now we're seeing what happens when Relius just doesn't let Kagura play. And this is, again, round to round. Both very commanding by each player. See, they can do. Kagura has to be super, super patient in this matchup, which is rough to do because you also have to like be sure you're gaining space aggressively. You don't want to let Relius play, but at the same time you can't be reckless because Relius can and will punish you for your entire life. Really nice anti-air there for Squidward. Just ensures making space. Pretty good DP. The one saving grace for Kagura is that his DP is like extremely good as long as you hit it. If you whiff Kagura DP, you're just guaranteed to hit you're guaranteed to hit whatever your opponent's best starter is. Falls for the Duo's BIOS mix-up there. Just empty jump low, ensures the knockdown, and sets up the dull overhead. Really good ODR there. One of the pretty big gaps in Reli's pressure is 6E, and goes for the command grab immediately into the super, but it unfortunately for him wasn't quite enough to kill there. Doing a little bit of maneuvering at full screen. Dull gauge is pretty low. Wyvern, oh wow, no, he wasn't close enough. And a couple of really unfortunate interactions there for Squidward. Just a Tomato manages to snag Squidward, most likely trying to jump out of the situation with a well-timed skateboard. And that was pretty hard-fought match for both of them.
The wheel of fate is done. Leave it. 1. Action.
Alright, we're just going to see again immediate burst out of Kagura. Wow, baits the burst there. Goes for the empty jump low. Kagura has a standing low and then immediately baits the burst, recognizing that Squidward is also not a player that doesn't want to let you play. He's willing to take one of those momentum bursts. Really good recognition. And TRM, Squidward's expecting like a normal grab. Kagura doesn't go for many normal grabs. His range and his like dash start speed aren't all that good for like tick throws. But what he does have is that command grab, which can very easily just skew the entire like dynamic of the matchup if you're not ready to deal with it. Counter hit with the Dole, but unfortunately Squidward fails the pickup, and just the Tomato was ready with the DP there. Really good lead lay again. One of Relius' best tools in this matchup. Counter assault, we don't want to deal with Relius pressure. No block on the overhead there. Pretty good confirm. You have to be really committal there to contest under the overhead. Again, TK overhead, the command grab. The command grab is making Just Atomize's life a lot easier here in this situation, because it's just making sure that Squidward can't just like hold down back and lead lay stuff. We're playing a little bit of zoning, but the issue with zoning with Relius is that eventually run out of dull gauge, and then you're just giving Kagura free screen space. But he manages to leverage that really well. Oh my god! That was actually really smart by Just a Tomato, because he can use the clash frames on the DP to RC and get out of the duo's BIOS. That was really well played. Still. Oh my god. Oh, what a mash out. And OD immediately into EA. That's odd. He wasn't exactly close or doing anything. But still, it doesn't kill him, so it's fine. We live to fight another day. And this is the sort of situation where you don't want to be in as Kagura, where you're really low life, and you have to be... Oh, wow, no! That... I'm not gonna claim that was intentional, but that was still just like... If it was intentional, it was the hugest brain move I've ever seen. Just intentionally whiffing the 6A there, being outside of range, so Kagura gets baited into DDP. And if not, then it was just like unfortunate sequence of events for Just a Tomato. Still, catches the jump out with 6A. 6A is really good overhead in that it's so big that you can't exactly like jump out of it, or like doesn't let you do much other than block it. Again, Squidward is really wanting... Wow, that air throw, really good chase down there. Squidward's been playing really just going back and making sure they try to force Just a Tomato into some overcommittal play. And we just get out the Gear Super. And again, Just a Tomato responds with a DP of his own. Kagura flash kick, extremely good, really fast. You die if you whiff it. Just doing a little bit of dull neutral. Hoping the doll just recharges there. And really nice pickup there. Just a Tomato decides he has to burst that. It was probably dead. If not dead, he would have been put into an extremely tough situation. Counter assaults, he still has 50 meters to ensure any other pickups. Oh, wow! And this kills. This should kill. Yeah, this kills. Wow, Squidward manages to close out the match after really well fought. Really well fought by both players. They're both doing their hardest to not try to not handshake their opponent out of any of their win cons. They're just... Squidward is playing like super, like full screen, super passive, super I don't want you to be near me, and Just a Tomato, whenever he gets in, he's just like overhead, low, command grab, trying to make sure to overload Squidward's mental stack with a lot of offensive options, which is what Kagura has to do in this kind of matchups, where his big buttons and his neutral skip in quotation in Wyvern aren't exactly the hardest of options. Pretty good 5v, but I outpilots into the overhead and no confirm them. Both are down a burst. Squidward a little bit under half-life. Let Lay does not get punished. And we're seeing a little bit more of like just Squidward. Oh wow, that was really good by Just a Tomato. Just policing with the fireball there is really extremely good, because Kagura fireball is super slow, so it allows him to gain a lot of like space, or just like sit there and react to whatever your opponent is doing. And unfortunately Squidward chose Let Lay, which isn't active enough to dodge through the entirety of the heavy fireball. Right, again, more fireballs, and then Wyvern. Wyvern is a pretty rough tool to use here, because you sort of have to use it because you need to close the space, but at the same time, Relius doesn't have projectile moves that Wyvern can just skip over, so you're hoping for like beat the doll or just have him block it. And he can let Lay Wyvern on reaction, so it's sort of a situation where you're stuck there. And again, oh wow. That was an air unblockable. Yeah, Squidward's trying to jump there and gets caught by 2C. It happens to me a lot of the time. And that was pretty scary. JC, another really good button for Kagura, especially in that sort of situation where Kagura is retreating. Squidward just chooses to OD to regain Doll Meter and to just like attempt to bit a stopgap to whatever Just a Tomato is doing. And again, we're back to this sort of like full screen Kagura slowly dash barrieing in. JC counter hit with no confirm there, and he jumped too hard. Your super has pretty low total duration if you whiff it, so if you jump that high, it's really harsh to... Oh my god, he tried to go... What? He let late Wyvern and then tried to punish with a grab, and then Just a Tomato overdrives and drops the combo. Twitter overdrives and the tables are reversed again. Duos Bios, and he gets hit, maybe trying to DP again or do something else. Maybe the teleport, I don't know. Whatever it did, whatever he wanted to do, it didn't end up working out because he just gets punched by the wife. And again, Squidward equalizes the game round. No combo there. Okay. Really nice layer dash there. Relius doesn't have as many like constant wacky mix-ups as Carl does, but he's still like with Doll, he still can play very much like standard anime mix of like the layer dash, overhead, low, empty jump, stuff like that. And so far it's been really good for Squidward there. Grab combo, just a tomato has to burst, doesn't want to take this situation, and this is the last round of the match, and it's very possible that Squidward is gonna take it, gets the command grab, and yep, this is it. Really well played by both players. They both showed a lot of options and ways to respond to your opponent's plays, but unfortunately for Just a Tomato, this matchup is extremely rough for Kaguya, and Squidward knew how to leverage those strengths that Aurelius has over Tomato's character. And that's almost it for round 3. We're just missing one. We're just missing one more match for top 8. Wait a second. Oh my god. They already played. Sure. Whatever. I guess they didn't see the ping in Discord. Let's just 2-0 for 2-1 for Squidward. And we're missing decent chunk of lower bracket matches for top 8. Alright, so well, we have 4 top 8 winners sorted out. We're missing Tomato, Azure, and then Snakework, Darwin, Sheldon, and Cianis. Let's see, give me a second. Sheldon 2, Cianis 1, alright. Hi, Yuker. What are you doing here? Yeah, sure, let's go. Let's do top 8 winners then. Yeah. Let's do top 8 winners while the loser sorts itself out. Bracket got a little bit messed up there. It's fine. Match call, so. So top 8 it's versus it's met. Right, we're waiting on Itzmat to join the room, and then after that is going to be Gunbuster and Squidward. Alright, Hazama versus Naoto. And we've seen a lot of Hazama this tournament. And this is a matchup where Naoto can do a lot of things, but he has to be very, very deliberate because it's sort of hard for Naoto to effectively contest a lot of Hazama's approach without committing to some like heavy stuff like drives and things like that. Zero tours are pretty good, but they're not like the greatest. So he has to be really up there and willing to challenge stuff in a little bit more unorthodox way. Naoto players always remember like the character having bad neutral, and that's not entirely true. It's just like he's a punch guy character. You have to run in and you have to take risks to get in against characters like Hazama and stuff like that. A lot of no blue beat combos. Those for the Brenzo midi, and that's pretty quick round 1 on Yuker's side. Right. Wow, that DP hit backwards. That was kind of crazy. Really good mashup there on the overhead. That's another thing that, despite Naoto's pressure being really good, he doesn't have like a lot of ways to open you up that are his foray or his grab. He's a very much a strike throw character. And Yuker really, really nice corner seal there. Sends its mat back again to the corner. Jay first big opening there, whiffs the combo, but not exactly a safe throw, but Yuker tries to mash out and doesn't get it. Again, another drop there at the end with the ender. DP. Both are no D. Yuker decides to EA there, and this should be it. Yeah, it doesn't do anything fancy, just Phantom, grab Phantom Pam, then Super. Just ensure you get the kill as fast as possible. Really good, really good. 1 round apiece. It's mad again. Not exactly handling the round start in the best way. Really good Phantom Pain there. Hazama's lows are pretty good, but they aren't exactly like highest range, so most of the time Hazama just uses them as part of block string. Yuker, however, manages to effectively jump out of the corner. Its mad isn't poising out those kind of jumps. And this is really, really strong round for Yuker, which since that happened twice, I'm going to assume that's intentional on Yuker's part. The stance uppercut, quote unquote, like reset, harping on the fact that your opponent is embarrassing after the attack, because that's what happened in the last 2 interactions, and it worked out really well for Yuker, letting him take a pretty quick, pretty commanding game 1. Right, action. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay. It's Matt jumps out of the stance pressure, but jumps out a little bit too much and gives Yuker time to contest with 2C. Gets caught low by the 3C, but Yuker wasn't able to confirm that. Really nice jump back there by Yuker. And gets caught bashing on the 5C. It's been pretty rough for It's Matt so far. He hasn't been able to just like find a good spot to just like press buttons, and tries to Phantom Pain and wake up. 6C is a really good no-nonsense button. The little knife backflip is extremely good at catching like rolls, no-techs, parries, all those kind of things, because it also just pushes Hazama back and lets him just look at the screen. Pretty nice command grab. That's also another tool that Hazama has to make his offense even more tricky. No teching there. And the delay tech gets again policed by the stance. Delay teching against Hazama is pretty rough. Really nice punish there by Yuker. Again, the DP hit him backwards. And really nice theorem there by It's Matt. Right. Full combo. Yeah. Okay, we get 3.7k, and we see here one of Naoto's biggest strengths. Like, if you have the execution to pull out his stuff, you will kill someone in very few hits, but... Oh, wow. Yuker would have drops what would have been a kill combo, and It's Matt. Oh, no! That was rough. Yeah, you get your you try to go dash in Phantom Pain, you sit there down backing, and then just you were in a checkmate position where there with that burst. Okay, so that's going to be a pretty quick 2-0 for Euchre, and now it's at.
公務執行妨害器物損壊罪いずれの罪状にしろ目障りなのでとりあえず処刑ですかね
Right, our next match is going to be Gunbuster versus Squidward. So this is going to be, Terumi. Interesting. Alright. So we've seen Squidward play a different character in each fight so far. And Mai versus Terumi, I don't know why he would opt into this matchup. It's definitely not good. To be fair, none of the three characters he has, Squidward has displayed so far are pretty good into Mai. She's a very low-tier Crusher character. Low and mid-tier Crusher, she can just leverage a lot of like very easy-to-use skills. Alright, pretty cool riding there. Just do the double flag flip. And Squidward manages to snipe the low altitude spear toss with Terumi 60. Oh wow, again with the air Zinga and throw reset. That's one thing that Terumi can do. Like Terumi, not a good character, but he has a lot of like really cheeky options that he can do to just like catch you off guard. Really good DP recognizing that Mai was already locked into the string. And yeah, even though on paper this is exactly the most favorable matchup, Squidward's showing us that he can make it work. And now it's up to Gunbuster to just be able to see if they can put the Terumi player back into the spot in tier list. hit him with the big numbers, but it's fine, it's fine. Bit of an odd trade for both of them, and Gunbuster is just being really respectful. They're neutral, not exactly trying to like engage in a lot of usual Mai stuff. She wants to aggressively police space a lot, or she tends to aggressively police space a lot with her big ass buttons. Giving Terumi the space to play it's kind of hard because the character. One thing that a lot of low tiers in BlazBlue have in common, or like characters that are perceived to be weaker, is that they can just out of nowhere just kill you. The Terumi's advantage is like his meter generation. He just built so much meter by doing everything, and oh wow, he I guess does nothing. Weird. Oh wow. Let's see what happened here. Let me see what's going to here. Hopefully, wait, was that on my end? If it was me, if it was a PC port moment where it just got disconnected from spectator, then that's gonna be really sad. Well, yeah, looks like since neither of them is responding, I'm going to guess they're both still going at the match. I don't exactly even know who won the last round because it disconnected just at the end there. This is extremely sad. Well, I guess we're going to have a little bit of downtime here. Already pinged both players. But I mean, man. Okay, this is unfortunate. You know, if you're listening here, this is really sad. Both times you've joined the tournament, Euchre, both times have been the only ones where there has been technical issues. So I'm just going to go out and blame and say it's your fault, not mine. Smile. Yeah, it's just tragic. Fuck. Well, this is very unfortunate. We'll see, just wait until they're both out of the fight, I guess. Oh, they're both out. Squidward, 2-0 in your favor. Okay, I guess Squidward won 2-0. Sadly, we couldn't quite see it, but hey, we'll see Gunbuster again in loser's bracket. Alright, so now that we have that, we can proceed on to the next one, which is Just Tomato versus Small Fry. This is going to be Kagura versus Arakune, which matchup I'm a little bit more unfamiliar with, but I'm going to imagine is a little bit more or less the same general idea as the Kagura versus Relius matchup, where Arakune, ideally neither player just wants to let the other one play, because Arakune either just gets swatted like a fly, or Kagura just gets to have no fun and gets bug killed. Oh boy. Alright, so Small Fry is the first one, so let's switch. Yeah. We just wait for Just a Tomato to get here. Man, I sure hope that doesn't happen again. The whole, the game disconnecting me from spectator. Right. While Just a Tomato gets here, just gonna be a little bit of a, general PSA. Reminder everyone that Vortex Gallery is, no. Wait, give me a second. Where is tournament chat? Just gonna ping everyone. So yeah, as I was saying, just a reminder that we're in this entire month is Vortex Gallery month. So there's like a lot of tournaments and stuff like that. All of you are probably like already aware of this, but BVCF has been gonna be happening all the time. Today is like there's a lot of tournaments all around, so that's the reason why on the 25th, which would be the next tournament, since I do them every other week, there won't be a tournament. The next tournament will be on the 5th of March, because I don't want to do I don't want to have all that many Vortex Gallery scheduling issues. I'm going to... I'm going to ping Tomato again. I don't want to have to DQ him, but he's not here. Let me just see something. I'm gonna ask Smallfry if he would be because either I could just run the other top 8 match to see if let's do that then. Sure, yeah, already. So then let's just add Dark One. Let's run Dark One versus Sheldon Senpai, which should be Ragna versus Hazama. And see if Tomato shows up in the duration of this match. And if he doesn't, then I guess I'll just have to DQ him. Oh yeah, the legendary Aku fell asleep moments. Jesus Christ, yeah. Dark One and Sheldon Senpai. Yeah, that's one of those things that happen all the time. Okay, Tomato showed up. Okay, I won't have to DQ him. He just was, I guess, got held up by something. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Hey man, some people have weird schedules. People that work the graveyard shift or something like that. Something just have fucked up sleep schedules. I also have a fucked up sleep schedule, so I'm not one to judge. If you fall asleep, fall asleep. Oh wow, both players just immediately bursting out of pretty big hits there. And yeah, let's focus on the match a little bit. Oh, wow. Stan Tuckers United does not get punished there. Sheldon Temple was just a little bit too high up there. Really good jump on the fireball, but doesn't exactly get to punish that. That combos, wow, I didn't know that counter hit JC just comboed into 6B, I think. Pink throw again, wow. I guess rollback did nothing to quell the population of pink throws in netplay tournament. Alright, bring a little bit of neutral there. Dark One commits just a bit too hard to the Hell's Fang there, and Sheldon was ready to punish it that time. And yeah, this, much like the Naoto matchup and all the other Punch Guy versus Hasama matchups, are pretty, you have to be pretty literate. The one advantage that Ragna has over characters like Naoto is that despite him being a Punch Guy, his neutral is like actually extremely good, and he has a lot of specials that allow him to gain space. So that coupled with like rapids and stuff like that, he can surprise Hasama a lot. We've seen that happen with a really big life lead relatively early on in the round here by Dark One with the DP, and decides to not burst this one. I guess he is not confident enough. It's not gonna hurt him in death. Oh wow, the no-tech. That was an odd Hot Engine there, and he gets tagged with the chain and killed for that. Wow, that was an extremely unfortunate sequence of events for Dark One. Really good recognition of the situation for Sheldon Senpai. And Dark One immediately goes back to character select. I know he also has his Susanoo, if I'm right. Yeah, Susanoo. So I wonder if this just feels more comfortable to him. Hazama players work harder for the W. I don't know about that one, Oni. I mean, the Hazama is definitely not a character. Hazama is a pretty work-hard character. You can jank yourself out of a ton of things with the character. But I don't know, he's still like a pretty good, like solid high-tier character. So it's not like he's the biggest struggle bus in the game. Oh, okay, it's just a shitpost, never mind. Alright, what the hell? Chain right into the command grab. That's a new setup. Okay, no confirm there on the 2A counter hit, and gives Sheldon just enough time to go into OD and regain the corner, and backwards JC hits and allows him to autocorrect the difference and continue the combo. I love Blaze Blue. Really nice archer there, and yeah, Susanoo, again, a lot of characters that have a little bit trouble catching Hazama, but once they do, they just punch real hard. Okay, pretty good counter assault there by Sheldon. Bit risky. Hazama's counter assault isn't exactly the best. It's pretty short. Really nice response there. Instant block into the gun and immediately goes for the Snake Super. Extremely good awareness. And Sheldon Senpai has shown a lot of like really interesting like decision-making options just in the heat of battle. He's been really good at just noticing really quickly what you're trying to do and then trying to do something. Whether it works or not, it has varied, but the fact that he's able to just like harp on player tendencies that fast is a really good trait to have. Still, Dark One is not slouch either. He can definitely just put the hurt on you, and that DP was extremely fortunate for him. Not quite high enough, low enough I mean, for the confirm. And is back to neutral with you. Right, we're seeing pretty standard. He has DP and now he has Grand Viper, so he has really, his damage potential out of any hit has skyrocketed. Really good jumping there. Catches Hazama trying to do like a bait and switch chain. Really nice block on the overhead, and Dark One decides to not do anything after. Maybe he was just like waiting to see if the overhead would hit or not. Alright. Oh, a bit too far there for the Crusher to continue the combo. Right? We both in OD, and he gets hit with the triangle mix-ups there by Sheldon. And unfortunately, Dark One, while he's also like an extremely good player in scramble situations, didn't exactly get to enforce the rhythm of game that he likes, that he wants to do. And Sheldon Senpai takes it on the back of like really good neutral maneuvering and not allowing him to get caught off guard. Alright, now that Just a Tomato is here, I'm just going to ping them again just for good measure. Now we are going to have Just a Tomato versus Small Fry. Right, so yeah, that was pretty quick 2-0 by Sheldon. I'm going to mark that on the... So that means that our first player out in top 8 is going to be Dark One. Pretty respectable 7th place. Not the biggest bracket, but still a lot of really good players. I'm glad that we can have pretty good representation for a lot of characters here. Dark One versus Sheldon. Dark One. Just a Tomato.
The wheel of fate is done. Leave 1. Action.
For this matchup versus Kokonoi. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a more favorable matchup for Arakune. Oh wow, that to see a little bit risky there. Pretty passive round start. Both didn't want to commit to anything too high. Really good falling JC there, and both are burstless immediately. Neither of them want to give an inch, and yeah. I mean, it's a pretty chill song. It's just not exactly like a fight song, you know. Really good jump in for Just a Tomato. He's been leveraging a lot of uses out of Kagura JC, one of the biggest air buttons, as far as I know. Pretty good overhead there, but a little bit too high up, and goes for the Curse Super. expecting that to be like the turnaround point, but just the Tomato just decides he's gonna have none of that and just flash kicks out and manages to catch the last little leg of Arakune's air dash animation. Alright, and then another DP. DP is also like a move that you have to learn to leverage really well as Kagura in this kind of matchups. This like super set play heavy matchups, because as good as it is, again, the risk on whiffing it is just super high. Again, but just the Tomato has been very effective. Wow, that clashed. Okay, immediately goes for the... I wonder, he was probably baiting a DP, like a little bit too hard there. Attacks him with an air bug, and actually really surprised that he DP'd that. And yeah, out of a couple of really like good situational awareness DPs by Just a Tomato, he manages to take and really good use of JC, he manages to take the first game out of Small Fry.
The wheel of fate is done. Leave it. One. Action.
Alright, rule 1 action. Let's see what's going to happen in this one. We've already seen... Wow, that sounded like a clash. Okay, again, JC baits the burst, expecting a repeat of what happened there last time, and Small Fry a bit more patient with the burst this time around. Arakune, again, character that sort of suffers in defense, but if you let him do offense, he can and will destroy you. Very infamous, like obscure mixes to block. Now decides to burst because he felt like he was pretty rough. The spiders are a thing that you don't actually want to block them, you want to like dash under them, because if you block them you still get cursed. You still get curse meter at it. And wow, okay, just doesn't pick up on the JC, and Small Fry managed to land a 5-8, just to immediately burst that. That was a pretty quick sequence of events, which ends up in Small Fry getting cursed. And yeah, the guard crush bug and the cross up managed to finally open Just a Tomato up in a situation where he's not DPing out of the mix. And this so far, the overhead cloud is really good, just to like deter people from jumping. And wow, again, counter hit on the beam super, and this isn't dead, but this is it? No, this isn't dead, but it's really nice there. The rapid there on the DP by Just a Tomato. Small Fry underestimated the horizontal range of Kagura flash kick, and that was a really nice bait. Like, he's starting to like incorporate that into the mix-up ideas, but unfortunately he was just a tad too close and ended up not working out for him. One thing is like Kagura is really good at ground to air, like 6C, DP, he has Fafnir. He has a lot of options that are really good at just like stopping players from just being in the air recklessly. And so far that has been like the one thing that he has leveraged the most against Small Fry, is that Arakune wants to be in the air a lot. He has a lot of like very unorthodox air mobility, and being able to effectively police those with Kagura's option has led Just a Tomato to taking this 2-0. And yeah, a little bit of spectator lag there. They had already finished the match. And yeah, so that's gonna be it. Our next match is therefore going to be Euchre versus Squidward. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's run losers first. Let's run losers quarters first. Let's run Match G versus Just a Tomato, and then we'll run winners. If that feels better. Yeah. So it's going to be It's Matt versus Just a Tomato, who's already in here, I'm pretty sure. Just gonna ping him again. Yeah, because then after that I'd have to like remake the room and stuff like that. Yeah, it's easier to do it this way. Just a Tomato versus It's Matt. GSQ, I think it was? QSG. Update. Oh, this is round 4 losers. For losers update. Let's see, what are they waiting on? Who knows? Maybe they were sorting something out IRL. Alright, so Kagura and Naoto. Both characters with extremely explosive damage. Both characters with pretty dangerous offense, if you let them. Both characters with relatively support neutral against characters that outrange them. So here, despite the fact that I don't think this matchup is particularly skewed in any other way. It's just like, if it is, it's probably really minor. It's gonna depend a lot on how well can bait Kagura defensive options and how well he can just like get in and overcome the like superior range of like Kagura's normals. Stuff like Phantom Pain and things like that seem pretty useful here to avoid moves like 5C or 6C. DP is also both characters with extremely good DPs. We're probably gonna be seeing a lot of that, both 6-3 and flash kick inputs. Tries to punish after the start push, a little bit too close there. And as I said, both characters with extremely explosive damage. Really nice frame kill there for the grab. Although doing like grab on Kagura's wake up can be pretty risky because there's no way to make that like DP safe. But I mean, if you have the read and if it works, then it's pretty good, yeah. Gets caught by the jump in, full hop into the JB. And Kagura, again, corner control. Pretty scary place to be. Character just deletes you. Alright, bit of fireball pressure. Waiting to see what's he gonna do. And yeah, that 5A gets counter hit by Wyvern. And this is looking like a Kagura round. Next hit of Kagura is who's going to kill. I don't think you burst here. Oh wow, he went for the burst bait. A little bit surprising. Bursting there would have been not the best idea. Oh wow, the stare down. We're playing Samsho over here. And still, yeah, it goes down really well placed slide by just a tomato. Immediate RC into the pickup. And yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. JC is a really good retreating button for Kagura. Oh wow, manages to... Thankfully, It's Matt didn't commit to anything on that jump in. So he just gets to avoid that. And now, just the tomato's playing without OD. Okay, we're seeing a lot of just like this mini stare down. Both players are just really expecting the other to DP, I'm guessing is what's causing them. He's going in with uncharged drives, which I mean, charging drive can be pretty scary in the matchup because Kagura can just react with DP, but from certain distances away, you kind of have to do it. Oh wow, that DP, and then just the tomato not quick enough to punish there, but he was still just ready, and DP's the gap between the 5A and the 6A. And that's 1-0 for just a tomato. We didn't really get to see much of what the Naoto side of the matchup looks like because just a tomato was pretty effectively handling the space and the range differences. Still, yeah, the Phantom Pain Wyvern in this matchup is also like pretty rough for the same reasons that it was in the Radius matchup with Lidley. Phantom Pain and reaction can just make you whiff that, and then it gives Naoto basically a free punish. Really nice block on the overhead, just a tomato RCs to make it save. Both really good. Oh wow, no punish on the Phantom Pain end lag there. It's a pretty fast move, and both are playing really patient neutral here. They're just like dash in, block, and then just... Neutral is being really patient, but they're both just like smashing DP every opportunity they can in block strings, because both of these characters I mean, Nato has less innate gaps than Kagura, but he's still a character that wants to delay his buttons just to do frame traps because that's one of his best ways of pressuring. Really, really crazy that Rekka actually managed to counter hit Kagura. Extremely good RC there. After the DP by Itzmat, manages to let him block the Fafnir and punish, and that was a little bit more of what Naoto ideally wants to do. He wants to just like bait out a lot of Kagura's options, punish. He also has pretty decent like burst movement. He's running really good. Itzmat has been really good at catching their rolls from Just a Tomato, and just unfortunately misplaces the Rekka there, and Just a Tomato, thankfully for Itzmat, didn't quite finish the combo. Okay, we're here. Just 5A, 2A, 5A, 2A, and Just a Tomato finally just gets tired of it and decides, no, you're not gonna be knocking on the door anymore, and just shoots him. Again, we're both just trading like DPs. This should be it. Yeah. Oh wow, it wasn't it! I thought that was going to kill. And he got chipped. Did he get chipped? Well, it looked like he got chipped. Or maybe he had cut jumping. Either way, Just a Tomato manages to close the round again with Slide. Slide RC is a really powerful tool for Kagura in neutral. I would argue it's like a lot better than Fafnir in general, just because it's like faster. And wow, the just like full just running Rekkas are pretty risky option, but they've worked both times so far for Itzmat. Goes for Phantom Pain, maybe expecting a DP of some sorts, but Just a Tomato just patiently waiting there and manages to catch him. Phantom Pain connects that time, but Itzmat doesn't quite... Oh wow! That's... Yeah, he went for the burst bait there because that was a really hard situation there. I wonder what his plan was with that super. Still, Itzmat on his last legs, burst with a sliver of health left, and you have to fire literally everything, decides to go for Phantom Pain, and it's a little bit mistimed. The fireball just a tad too slow, and that's gonna be 2-0 for Just a Tomato. Right, our next match is going to be Sheldon Senpai versus SSJ Gunbuster, which is going to be Hazama versus Mai. And this is also like a pretty... this is a matchup that I play Mai also, and I have a lot of fun with this matchup. Because both characters have like a lot of mobility, both characters have a lot of options to play his mobility. Mai has just a aerial zone denial 2C, and Hazama can just like bait anti-airs really easily with chain movement. There's like a lot of micro interactions in the air and like ground to air interactions that are pretty fun, in my opinion. I'm going to boot him. No, oh my god. So that Sheldon Senpai can get in. And yeah. We're waiting on Sheldon Senpai. We'll just maybe ping him again. Maybe he tried to get in and just couldn't because it was hurt. Right, but yeah, Mai versus Hazama. Going back to a little bit of matchup interactions. Mai can also just like leverage flip a lot of the time, and Hazama can use his change like in really interesting ways to just like catch flip and stuff like that. There's also another like layer of like interaction in how Mai spear chases Hazama down when she presses it again. It's just a matchup that I find really fun. Also, another thing is like since Mai has like no meterless DP and like no flip is there, like is like invul, but like, it's like invul's from starting from like frame 3, frame 4, something like that. It's not like frame 1 invul. Hazama can also like just run a bit of offense, and he can use a lot of his like weird tools to make sure Mai stays grounded. Hazama is really good at preventing jump outs. Is our boy here? Oh, boy is finally here. Okay, Sheldon Senpai has entered the room. Switch. Right. Oh wow! Willingly giving Hazama the character song buff. Ballsy. Do you mean Hazama doesn't get a character song buff? Everyone knows that if your theme gives you buffs, no matter if you like it or dislike it, your character theme gives you buffs. All right, pretty standard, respectful neutral. Skill issue. All right. Pretty just standard my block string stuff. Sheldon Senpai wasn't willing to mash or like try to jump out of any of that, and eventually just chooses to weather the storm. Mai doesn't exactly like, she can press a lot of buttons like very often, but she doesn't exactly have like scary mix of really good reaction there on the 5A. That's also another thing. My overheads are either save or like plus, but her only like actual like plus overhead is the heel flip. And that you can, characters like Hazama with his 5A can really easily just punish that on reaction. Pretty good chase down there with the... Oh wow, real unfortunate drop for Sheldon Senpai. There's been a lot of drops here, but none of them had like led to big punishes. Alright. Again, leveraging plus frames. Sheldon Senpai jumps out. And wow, okay, again, 5A. 5A is really good from Hazama. That was, yeah, that was invul, right? Yeah, that was the invul. Pretty bit of a late burst there by Gunbuster. He just didn't want to lose a round. Sheldon Senpai is also extremely low on barrier gauge. Oh, he tries to go for the command grab, but the Gunbuster was going up, and Sheldon Senpai decides he's going to burst that. He doesn't want to lose the first round. And the spear dive there, just at the right distance for Sheldon Senpai to just like end up dying. The timer was like really close there in that situation, so that's... I'm also like not sure if that burst was the best of ideas. Yeah. Alright, Mai manages to win out in the first couple interactions, and we're going to see her here a little bit of like honest mid Mai. Really good air throw. If there's one thing every single Hazama player I've seen is super on point with, is air throws. Hazama players live and die by the air throw. Pretty good chaser with the enhanced spear dive. Really bouncy mash there, that was plus. Unfortunately drops the chain pickup. Okay, that, yeah. Oh my god, that was tier M, really? I wonder if Gunbuster would just prevent predicting that. No, I don't think that's Spaceships, that's what tier M. Yeah. Still, a couple of weird interactions there, but Sheldon Senpai ends up taking out the scramble. She probably tried to like burst it or something. Okay. Doesn't block the low there. No, okay, he manages to jump out after the last hit of the A string. Mai gets sent back to the corner. We block the overhead there. And really nice fake out with the stance there. Oh wow, doesn't exactly hold it to get the invul there. And Gunbuster really just likes moving forward with the command dash. Which, I mean, it's very threatening because she can go into like either the backflip or just the spear charges. Gunbuster really likes to aggressively gain space, which is pretty good. Mai has the tool to do that. Oh wow, the manages the roll catch, but the auto combo strength doesn't actually just like not auto combo. The auto strength doesn't finish the combo. And he's able to just, again, chase Sheldon Senpai down neutral. Pretty active game. Both players were just trying to do lots of stuff.
The wheel of fate is turning. Live. One. Action.
Alright. Manages to get the JB open up there. After a full dash back with the chain. Alright, doesn't pull his the rollout there. And it bursts out of the hit. Manages on the bit of a frame trap there, and yeah. Oh, I really like that option there. People are normally like expecting a low after that situation. Alright. Oh wow, Sheldon is getting really antsy on defense here. He's definitely not just being patient enough. And like, I guess, yeah, Mai is a character where you kind of get impatient because a lot of things she does are like reactable, but she can alternate so many different options that you can't like 100% of the time just react to everything. Unfortunate drop there for Gunbuster, and extremely unfortunate drop there for Sheldon. Holy stuff. Okay. And again, another counter hit. Okay, we managed to get out of there with ODR, and Gunbuster was not respecting the situation. TRM there, yeah, that was... he was probably OSing the grab. It wouldn't have mattered, it's a command grab anyways. No jumping out. And yeah, just bars him out and then counter assaults him back to mid-screen. Really good use of the projectile stars again. Sheldon Senpai is not dissuaded from trying to 5A out of my strings. And this neutral is really hard. Okay. Oh wow, no, it has him a backdash. Not like this. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, no. In that situation, she had no meter to RC the spear dive, so you could have just blocked that, but has him a backdash, take him... It has like decent enough inbuild, but it takes him like literally nowhere. So that just backfire really, almost backfire super hard for Sheldon Senpai. Thankfully manages to react with the OD, and we're back again, neutral. Oh wow, he expected the string to end there. Really nice flip by Gunbuster. Okay. 2BC pickup. He doesn't do a lot of the 214C enders. He mostly just ends up in like a A-string knockdown. And yeah, wow, a lot of like really just good like advancing spear dives out of Gunbuster. And this should be it, yeah. Yeah, this should be it, that's 2-0. Sheldon Senpai unfortunately didn't quite get to do a lot of his funny Hazama setups. I know he's like a pretty big fan of just doing stuff. Gunbuster was just a tad bit too slippery. And before I call the next match, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, so we'll be right back in a couple minutes, like a minute. Alright, I'm back. So, our next match should be... this is winners semifinals. Wait, no, this is winners finals. So, actually, I'm going to remake the room real quick to make it best of 3. And then after that, I'll call the matches and post the links. Link address. Okay, here. And now, our next match is going to be Euchre versus Squidward. Match call. Yeah, okay, because this is winners finals. Reminder that since this is winners final, this is first to 3, not first to 2. Is Euchre having problems joining? Okay, they're both here. Nice. Oh, I should. Alright, I forgot to go on Autobus. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm dealing with everything myself. Alright, so we're going to have Bullet versus Euchre, and I guess Squidward decided Bullet was the best of his characters for this matchup so far. I mean, yeah, Bullet has a really good anti-air. She has air drives. She has snap hands. She has decent options to just like catch Hazam out of the air. It's still gonna be pretty rough, just because like neutral is pretty much in Hazam's favor. Let's see. Let's see how both players just deal with each other first. Okay. First interaction is just a little bit of an air tap there. Bullet manages to get the free hit level there from being at full screen and catches Euchre there, who was first, well, not first, who decided to burst the first combo of the match. Really nice snipe there by Euchre with the change, and this should be, oh wow, blue combo here. Couple of odd burst, not burst, Jesus, odd drops. Okay, Euchre was just waiting. Oh wow, that see, really nice response by Euchre. Squidward got a little bit too greedy there with the hit gain. Okay, and here we're seeing like a lot of interactions that are happening. Oh wow, reset. That's mean. I guess this ensures the kill. Yeah. We're seeing a lot of like the interactions and the ways that Hazama can just like, since heat is a time dependent resource, Hazama can just like chill back and hang just to wait until hit runs out of Bullet, and then Bullet just is in a very bad spot there. Squidward is now deciding to like no tech in the middle of combos when he's rounded because he just got hit by a stance reset there. Which, I mean, it's like fair. You're gonna take less overall damage if you just get hit by the normal combo ender. The burst to keep the corner, and like, yeah, that's pretty fair. Although the air trajectory gets sniped out by the chain. Yet again, another drop by Euchre, and oh wow, yeah. Despite the fact that bullet drive is like super big and like just like the reach it covers, since it's not like quite instant. Oh no, not the ping grab. Oh, Squidward, you're gonna have to do push-ups now. This wasn't even a 2RM. You have no excuse here. Okay, still, since this is Winter Finals, Squidward has one more game to play with, just like get info games and stuff like that. You have to win 3 of them. Immediately going back to the fight, and yeah, this matchup is definitely not Bullet favored, but she can, like, if she actually manages to get Hazama, she will put the hard on him. Drops, and there's one thing, like, the drives are a little bit of a double-edged sword, because because even if, ouch, really nice counter hit. Even if Bullet drives just let her snipe Hazama out of the air, they also just keep her static in the air so that Hazama can very easily position himself and just snipe Bullet with his own chains. So the drive usage here plays a really big part in the matchup, because both drives from each character can get really easily stuffed by the other's drive. Alright, Hazama, and here we see like one of Hazama's biggest strengths as a character is that his flexibility. He as easily as he can just play mix-up monster and just like in fighter and just harass you with knives and chains and all of that, he can also just play the neutral and leverage his mobility, his range, all of his tools. Really nice response there with the stance uppercut. Bullet also, much like Yubei that we saw before in the tournament, her drive, despite being extremely fast, is not actually invul. You can snap her out of the drive dash. It's not quite super dash from Dragon Ball Fighters. Still really good. Decides to go for the burst bait there with Euchre. Oh wow, goes for the command grab, and Euchre, pretty privy to Bullet shenanigans, jumps out, but still gets hit by his snap hands, and this is going to be a decent chunk of damage. 4K is nothing to slouch at, and wow, manages to... This should be dead, yeah. This is dead, yeah. Like, Squidward catches the roll, does a really nice conversion, and look at that. Look at the red health. This is the Bullet factor. This is why people are sometimes really scared of good Bullet players, despite her being decently weak. She can literally two-touch you. Yeah, but still, that's a pretty nice mental break for Squidward. He hadn't been able to just like find his footing so far in the match, but that's one of those rounds when you look at them and you're like, okay, I can do this. Still, Euchre's not one to let himself flinch. Oh no, the last hit of the 6C. 6C, as I called it before, the anti-nonsense button Hazama has. That move covers so many things, and the fact that it flings Hazama back so far is just such a good meaty button. Because after that, you can just follow up with... Huh. We're both waiting on something, I guess? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, we just... the character, the spectator mode had a little bit of a lag there. Okay, Squidward decided to change to Relius. The Bullet wasn't doing it for him, and... Yeah, the neutral is a little less rough with Relius, and Relius has... oh, please... Don't tell me I'm gonna get kicked out of spectator again. Video game, please no. An error has occurred. What? Okay, lovely. I got kicked out of spectator mode again. Great. Thank you, video game. I love streaming netplay tournaments. Well, we just have to use the power of imagination to handle that next Relius versus Hazama match. PC port is great. Apparently, this isn't even like a PC port issue. Euchre also said in chat the last time this happened that it also happens to in the PS4 version. I guess it's just like a bug the game has. or something. So yeah, we're gonna just have to use the power of imagination. I hate this so much. But yeah, Relius versus Hazama. The neutral is a little bit less rough on Relius' side than it's with Bullet, obviously. He has the doll to just like stop the chains, since the doll is like a physical object all of the time. So that's like a nice line of defense. There's also just the fact that the doll can police the airspace a lot more effectively than, for example, Bullet could ever. Blamemaker, true. There's just so many things that Relius can do, like a lot of really little interactions that let Relius just control the space around what Hazama trajectory with change is expected to be. And also, since Relius pressure is a lot harder to escape from, Hazama doesn't have just as an easy time as just like jumping out or like handling bullet pressure with like IBB and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm going to ping them both. Let's see if I can ping them to let them know that if Euchre doesn't win with this one, if it's not a 3-0, then they should probably go back to ring so that we can I can hop back in spectator. But yeah, oh my god. Never mind. It's already 3-0, I guess. Yeah, okay. It was a 3-0. Let's just update the bracket there and call the next match. It was 3-0. Yeah. Okay. Good. Next match is going to be Just a Tomato versus Gunbuster. Reminder, please, for both players that this isn't a best of 3. This is a best. This isn't a first to 3. This is a first to 2, because this isn't a losers final. This is loser semis. Next one is Just Tomato. Okay, this is Mai versus Kagura. This is another really tough matchup for Kagura. Mai can just do a lot of things to make this loser semis. Mai can do a lot of things to make Kagura's life hell in neutral. The one thing that is that like Kagura can DP on reaction a lot of Mai's more common strings, like all of her overhead follow-ups. Kagura can just DP on reaction if he's like fast enough with that. He's like recharging, which he should be. But other than that, it's a pretty tough matchup. Mai is very slippery, very hard for Kagura to hit, and wow, the tipper counter hit forces the burst out of Just a Tomato, and I think that's pretty safe. They actually chose Snowtown, mad lads. Okay, really nice pickup there from Gunbuster. Unfortunately, drops the combo and gives Just a Tomato. Oh wow, immediate counter hit, and Just a Tomato not blocking the overheads. One of the biggest things with Mai is like the fact that since her strengths are sort of predetermined, how comfortable you are with the matchup is just is shown a lot in the way that you handle. Okay, he knows that's unblockable when fully charged, so it's not like he's a complete newbie in the matchup. Gunbuster actually gets a negative warning. Wow, the air throw there goes backwards, and really nice empty jump there for just a tomato. Okay, manages to just a little bit too far there to confirm. And Gunbuster he really likes. Oh wow, really nice backflip there to get out of the range of EA. As I was gonna say, Gunbuster really likes to just like chill back at like full screen, throw spears, throw ground projectiles, and then all of a sudden when he sees you flinch to try and get space, he immediately goes for the spear dash for the Himayuris. Which is really good. That throws like off tempo of a lot of players. It's a pretty decent strategy to have. JC, pretty nice combo. 3.5 almost, basically. The fact that those projectiles are low is always just so bewildering to me. Why did I give her this? Still, Gunbuster doing a really good job of leveraging Mai's like superior neutral and mobility here in this matchup, and not handshaking just a tomato any of the situations they want. Goes for the burst, doesn't wanna have to deal with any of that. Oh, that would have been a lot of damage. Yeah, just the tomato had to burst that. And again, okay, good counter assault, and oh, this is a little bit too far, and Gunbuster decides to immediately just get out of the corner with the command dash and gets punished by this. It's gonna be a lot of damage, and this is a next hit kill situation for both of them. Gunbuster creates space, decides that this is a significantly better situation. Oh, okay, good. Just the tomato blocks the spear dive RC. And although he's... Ooh, that was a really scary Fafnir to do. No, mistimes the combo. And gets air grabbed, and this is gonna be it. Oh, wow, what a hard-fought match. There was a lot of situations where both of them could have killed, if not by the little mechanical misplays. Oops, not just a Gunbuster. And yeah, no, that was an extremely... Oh, just the tomato had that, and he unfortunately just drops the 6C pick up there. So that's a pretty good showing of, like, as I said, one of the many reasons. A lot of the reasons that this really nice challenge there from Gunbuster. Both burst immediately, neither of them. Again, there's a lot of the players this time around are pretty big fans of the early burst, just like them to keep the momentum. Okay. Oh, he got hit by that. Maybe he was trying to like Fafnir that or DP that. Still, one thing that Kagoda does have again is that because his buttons are so big, Mai actually does have a little bit of trouble getting out of a really nice DP there. Again with the empty jump low. And the fact that Kagoda has a standing low makes it pretty tricky because he has so many like options, both in the air and in the ground. He has the stands. Okay, he's being really good at blocking spear dives in the air, because that just eliminates a lot of like Mai's most easily accessible plus frames, which is charged spear dive. And then here are again that's that player tendency from Gunbuster of just like hanging out of full screen and then just going in when you least expect it. Okay, fortunately for Just the Tomato, he was still in range to block that, but gets hit by the overhead there. And another JC, ooh, decides to go for the 50 meter to bait the burst. And this is gonna be a lot of damage. Oh, drops the combo. Just the Tomato has had a couple of really unfortunate drops so far. That's given Gunbuster a lot more health to play with. I'm surprised that hit. Honestly, very surprised. Okay, both of them. Okay, yeah. This should be it. Yeah, okay. No drops this time around. My combos are pretty hard to drop. She's relatively easy. Yeah, both characters just use OD as a resource to just try and kill their opponent that time around. But that means that Just a Tomato is the one that had the OD advantage up to this point where he uses it, and then Gunbuster again just chooses to not engage and just wasting Just a Tomato. So the really nice pickup there with the JC. Just a Tomato jumping out of a lot of situations. Kagura DP also, like, by the size of it. One thing that's like really good at is it doesn't let Mai just get flip resets for free. Oh wow, counter hit, not a counter hit, command grab. And this should be it. Yeah, okay. Gunbuster decides to burst right after Just a Tomato went for another burst bait. And both of them are just sitting there, bit of a heavy start down. Just a Tomato is feeling confident. He has a very hefty life lead and he thinks he can just react to anything Gunbuster does with DP, and he does a really good job of just like policing ground space with fireballs to try and force Gunbuster DP to jump. He doesn't bait on the jump, but ends up running into the fireball, which is still the end result that Just a Tomato wanted, him winning the game. And yeah, we can see here what each character can do against each other. They're both characters that have Kagura has a pretty self-explanatory win condition. He just wants to be close to you and he wants to kill you. Mai can be a little bit more flexible. She can play more long range. She eventually will have to go in because like she's like a full zoner and has like super good full screen confirm abilities like Hazama does. Really nice flip there. Ends up making Just a Tomato use her burst just to not let Gunbuster initiate any kind of momentum. The ground projectiles are one thing that Gunbuster didn't exactly play with in that last round because they let you play around Kagura fireball games really effectively. Just a little bit of an LPS here with like my spear dives and her projectiles. Really nice pickup there with the counter hit spear. Okay, unfortunately this drops the combo. Okay, no block on the A follow-up overhead. And we missed the timing for the safe jump. Both players again really low life, pretty high distance in between each other. And yeah, after that our CDP. There were a lot of situations I feel like Gunbuster could have won after that 2C hit, but he didn't confirm. That gave Just a Tomato an extra option that unfortunately for him didn't quite make the most of it. Back again to neutral. Oh no! Actually whiffs the punish on the flash kick there. A little bit surprising because she was close enough to just like punish with a ton of stuff. Still, really good trade for Just a Tomato. Just allows him to keep corner, but again, my spear charge. I mean, means that Kagura can't just sit at like his preferred ranges because her burst movement is very tough to deal with. There's been a lot of like full screen interactions here. Both of them are just like sitting there, Kagura's down backing, fireballs. Actually manages to tag Kagura with the very long range JC there. And Gunbuster and Just a Tomato are playing extremely patiently. None of them want to commit any mistakes, but Gunbuster is the first one to actually break the cold war that they had going on here. Oh no, not like this. Not exactly enough damage to kill here, but wow. That was so close for Just a Tomato. He actually got super saved by the scaling there. And the fact that surprisingly Gunbuster decided to not go for the super there after the throw. Pretty sure that would have killed. Still, Just a Tomato ends up whiffing the grab, and it's an OD combo as punished. Just Gunbuster whiffs the EA as a finisher though, and they're back in neutral. There's been a lot of those situations where one of them just whiffs, and instead of trying to like retake space or something like that, they just go back to full screen. And yeah, that's the issue though, that it's been both of them doing that, but Mai has a lot better neutral than Kagura does, so it's easier for her to win out on those full screen interactions. And the punish on the landing from the JC out of Gunbuster in what was again a very unfortunate interaction for Just a Tomato. Because meant like that JC was so close to hitting the spear charge. And good, they remembered. And that's gonna give Gunbuster the victory 2-1 over Just Tomato. Gunbuster, if you're listening or something, just stay here because you're next. I'm gonna ping Squidward. It's back to BO5. Remember, now you play the full 3 or 5 or 4, however many games. Yeah. CJ Gunbuster versus. Still, pretty respectable 4th place for Just Tomato. Ends up getting kicked out by a really, really rough matchup. I don't envy Kagura players. Their bad matchups are super bad. And yeah, that allows Gunbuster to advance in the tournament, and we're going to see which one of these two is going to meet with Euchre in Grand Finals, which... this is actually like a run back. The last time they played, Squidward won 2-0, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the games that ended up kicking me out of Spectator mode, so despite the fact that they already played, and we know the result, this is the first time we're seeing them here playing stream. Immediate EA after the OD there, which I think it's just a little bit of a waste. OD for Relius is really powerful, so if you don't have to EA, try to leverage your infinite dull gauge as much as you can. Okay, pretty good block. And one tool that's like pretty good here is actually like the spear. Mice Drive is like, I find it to be like really good in the Relius matchup because it just lets you be annoying. It actually just lets you be a pest again, because you can just position yourself with flips into spots where it's hard for Ignis to cover, and a really nice air throw. It's hard for Ignis to cover, and then you can just spear and harass Relius a ton. Okay. Air blocks the spear dive, really good by Squidward. And okay, we're moving Ignis away and finally get to lock down Mither. Didn't exactly make the most of it, and yeah, see, because the thing with with my spear throw is that it actually goes through Ignis. Like she doesn't specifically kill the projectile. Really nice cross up there by Gunbuster. So yeah, you can just be a huge pest with spear in this matchup. Still, it's not like it's that bad of a matchup for Relius, or maybe it is, and I'm just not that knowledgeable about Relius. But in my experience, yeah, it's just a lot of the Relius matchups are defined with how effectively he can he can make his offense like be felt. And Mai, again, not having a DP and a lot of the stuff, she has trouble dealing with Relius in defense. Still, it's hard. This is an odd matchup for Relius in the fact that he's the one that has to like catch Mai. Oh, ODR, and then again immediate EA. Not exactly like the best of ideas. Okay, we go for the very highly prorated combo, 2.8, but it's fine. We're just doing damage, burning time. JC hits, and surprised that Squidward hasn't bursted a really nice hit there with the tipper. Okay, he gets the hit with the Cog Super. And yeah, oh wow! Jesus Christ, that was so unfortunate for Squidward there. He got tippered again, and the pushback from the guard break put him in enough of a panicking situation where he pressed the button and got counter hit. So that's going to be 1 for Gunbuster. And we're gonna see. Squidward's thinking what he's gonna do next. Losers MAs. Oh, this is Losers Finals, my bad. Yeah, I forgot to swap the... Okay, Squidward decides to go to Terumi, which I think is what they were originally playing. Don't tell me this is gonna. If it's gonna kick me out, I'm actually just going to boot one of them, and we're playing the full game. If it puts me out, I'm actually just kicking one of them. Okay, yep, I'm kicking one of them. We're like, what, 15 seconds into the round? Nothing big has happened. Oops. What the hell? Here it is. Right. Alright, hopefully nothing. I mean, they were like, what? Like, at most, like 5, 6, 7 seconds into the match. So nothing big would have happened. I mean, I really wish I knew what caused this. I truly, honestly, wholeheartedly wish I knew what the hell is going on. Because of all the days for my playthrough to just like decide to have issues, it's just the day it was the tournament. Okay, we're fine. We're here. We're here. No issues whatsoever. Okay, so it's still 1-0 for Gunbuster. And yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure this is the matchup that Squidward beat Gunbuster 2-0 when they met a little bit back in winner's bracket, which also happened to disconnect itself. But this is also not a good matchup for Terumi. Like I wish we could have seen that first game between the two of them, so we would have more. Oh wow, that was pretty tough. Okay, yeah, the plays blue. Terumi is a character. So yeah, Gunbuster chooses to go for the reset there, and after that, Squidward unfortunately just gets tagged out of his DP. No punish on the thing. I think you could have held the A. The one time he doesn't hold the A is the one time that EA held was the proper play there, I think. Still, ends up being pretty fine for Squidward. He gets Gunbuster in the corner, and here's turning pressure, which is actually, like, he's pretty scary to block as long as he has mirror. Because of that, he has some really fast overheads that he can confirm into a decent chunk of damage with super. Still gets pushed out of range defense. Oh, that was really good tipper there by Gunbuster. Ooh, that could have been super scary, and yeah, really good ODR there by Squidward. Gets him the round, and even though he's down in burst gauge, he's probably a lot more comfortable with Terumi than he is with Relius. He definitely feels more like active in this matchup. Really nice pickup there after the back hit of JB. And this is going to be back to the corner with you. Yep. Okay. Nice, almost good policing of the jump outs, but lets my flip out and is expected. Razinga was a little bit too far there to connect, but thankfully has very low recovery, so he doesn't get punished. A bit of an uncharacteristic drop there by Gunbuster. Alright. Oh wow, it doesn't punish the whiff grab, but ends up forcing the 50 meter out of Gunbuster in pressure. Okay, ODR is expecting a follow-up in the string. Okay, really nice grab. Terumi is actually a grappler. Like, throw is one of the most important parts of his pressure game. Because despite the fact that his overhead is like pretty good, is this dead? No, Gunbuster. Oh wow, he actually doesn't get to he actually doesn't get burst back in time for this to be for him to burst out of it. And yeah, Squidward manages to put one back on the board there, which is really good. The way from how it was looking with the Relius matches, it's very clear that Squidward feels a lot more confident, specifically in this matchup with Terumi. He's making Mai's life a lot harder, which is again weird because I would assume this matchup is worse than the Relius matchup. But still, player comfort just plays a ton into matchups. How well you know a certain character to deal with specific tools of another character, a lot of the time can be a bigger deal than like how the matchup should play on paper. Really good confirm out of Gunbuster there. And oh wow, a little bit of a walk of shame there by Squidward. Pretty good. No bait on the burst there, yeah. 5C being jump cancelable is really harsh when you have to burst that. But it ends up working out for Squidward. And oh, doesn't get to charge that all the way. And now, yeah. Now it's the issue here, one of the big issues here, is that once Mai has a life lead, and Gunbuster has shown that he's perfectly willing to play this way, as Terumi, she has no reason to ever approach you. She can just play defensive, be a pest with spears, with leveraging her bigger butt and stuff like that. She can't just like sit on a life lead for a really long time, and it's on you to catch a mistake or like force the Mai to make a mistake. Since Terumi has no way of like actively contesting her full screen. Really nice movement there out of Gunbuster and Squidward. Oh wow, that's yeah, really rather quick. Pretty quick game there. Gunbuster manages to just make the matchup feel as miserable as it should have. And Squidward has now gone through all three of his characters. Started with Relius, then with Terumi, got a win there. And wow, Gunbuster again giving the character theme to his opponent. What a chivalrous fighter. But yeah, Bullet again. It's kind of sad for Squidward because neither of his characters. Even if I think that Relius is like the best of the three, the Relius matchup isn't also like ideal for Mai because she can very easily just like sit full screen. Well, not easily, but she can make Relius' life a lot harder than it needs to be. But these two, both Bullet and Terumi, these matchups are very painful for them. So it's rather tough for Squidward that one of his big strengths, like his ability to like change tactics, kind of just gets nullified. Oh wow, that pink throw would have been really rough. And Bullet, still, the Bullet factors, as we saw in the Squidward versus Euchre game, she can just annihilate if you're not careful. So even though this isn't a good matchup, Bullet still always has that idea. Oh wow, no punish. If Mai doesn't hit you with spear, she's actually like super like, she loses her turn basically whenever she falls down. And this should be dead? Yeah, this is dead. Okay, Squidward, again, I just turned the tables at the last moment. Really, really good combo. And again, unfortunately for Gunbuster, Burst came out just a tad too late for him to be able to get out of that. Because the thing with Bullet is like a lot of her combos have had hard unburstable points because a lot of them are like command grabs and stuff like that, hate grabs. So bursting Bullet, it's sort of a limiter for a really nice drive there. Good for Squidward that managed to hit. Alright, we don't go for the double snap and scumble. And drive to catch the roll there. Really smart, really smart for Squidward. And we'll see, maybe the constant, oh wow, the actual command grab, yeah. And almost as fast as the previous game was, this game on Squidward just showing the one reason you should fear Bullet, and that's her damage. Really, really well played by Squidward there. He managed to just like shut down almost everything, every single play that Gunbuster tried to make. And who knows, maybe this ends up being his answer to the matchup. Really extremely good instant block there by Squidward. Holy shit, that's super impressive. And forces the burst out of Gunbuster. There's another thing that's like not exactly like a matchup winning thing, but it's like cool interaction, is the fact that, oh wow, no, you can't do that against Bullet, especially when he has that much hit. Oh no, he's dead by Gunbuster. Oh no, he drops the combo. He drops the combo. No, that's so tragic. As I was gonna say, okay, the safe jump wasn't all that safe. And yes, I was going to say before all of that happened, Bullet's drive is actually like not that bad in this matchup, just because Mike can't block during flips. So drive actually gets to police, quote unquote, a lot of stuff. The issue with that is that there's a big possibility that Bullet drive just trades with my spears. Spear dive. Okay, neutral, really nice. Gunbuster really likes to like aggressively gain space with spear charge, and just sitting there in drive lets you be in a position where the spear charge is going to just like fall right into your arms. Unfortunately for Squidward there, he was a little bit too high up to punish that, and I'm sure the Gunbuster meant for that to be interesting. He was predicting a spear charge out of Gunbuster. Oh my god. No, no way. This again. Using the wall splat to taunt. Don't get washed after taunting. Like, if you get washed after taunting, oh no. TRM. Yeah, okay, you... That's the classic. Taunt to get bodied. That's the only true combo that's like across every single fighting game, is taunt to get bodied. In this case, not so much taunt to get bodied, but taunt to drop the combo and get bodied. Oh wow. Okay. Baits the DP. Bullet's DP, she has it. It's not the best. It's there. It's pretty risky. It's really short and both horizontally and vertically. Oh wow. Oh, just outside of range for that RC confirm from Gunbuster. And please don't taunt into getting perfected. Oh my god, not like this, Squidward. And after what was a really impressive showing, just dismantling most of Gunbuster options there in that game, Squidward ends up just throwing the game, basically. That's just 3-2 for Gunbuster. And Gunbuster takes it on the rematch from winner side, and now it's Euchre versus Gunbuster. Match call at Euchre. I wonder why Gunbuster didn't stay in the match. Maybe he just like forgot. But yeah, this is winner grand finals, and this is there we go. It's going to be Hazama versus Maya, and we've seen this matchup already. It wasn't Euchre's Hazama, but we'd seen the matchup already, and I've already commented on it. I like it a lot. I don't know how it feels for Hazama players, but as someone that plays Mai, I like this matchup a lot. I think it's really fun. Okay, a little bit of a stutter there, but it's fine. Okay. pretty standard round so far. Euchre has done a pretty good job keeping Gunbuster there. Really nice bait on the end tier. And this is one of the reasons why I like this matchup a lot. There's a ton of just like interactions with flip and chains and stuff like that. Gunbuster baits the thing, swats has him out of the air and gets anti-aired. A lot of odd, like really big hits, but with no confirm after. And wow, this should be that. Yeah, I think this should be that. And that was, again, a lot of really big hits with no meaningful confirms afterwards. And let's see, that was a pretty even round actually. Oh wow, I wonder what that was. Probably like you're trying to barrier, but he got crossed up. Okay. Didn't see here. This is gonna be a really like hyperactive match, just because both characters have such good mobility. So first round goes to Euchre. Good job on Gunbuster jumping out of that. Okay. Oh wow, okay, I like that. I like this cute that she keep the low into the overhead. Good CA out of Euchre. But Gunbuster immediately bursts that. That's a little bit surprising, I guess. Yeah, he feels like he was... okay, good. Maybe Euchre could have bursted that. But it's fine, I agree with holding the burst there. Because you still have one round to play, and Gunbuster is down in burst. So you want to make sure that you have every single advantage you can leverage. Extremely good air throw. Again, Hazama players live and die by the air throw. That's like a prerequisite to being a good Hazama player. Damaging Nook up. And also ordered the meaty bit. The Gunbuster wasn't doing anything too crazy, just choosing to block there. Gets hit by the overhead, and again... Oh wow, another overhead there. Should be another damaging knockdown. Okay, tries to police the roll really good 5A anti-air, and this is, yeah, really good awareness out of Euchre. That was a really tough spot to burst. You would have had, if you had to burst that, you would have had to burst it like before the third chain, before the like DP chain. But then I'm pretty sure like after that he still gets to change you anyways. And then really good response by Euchre to go immediately into OD after that to just like guarantee that Gunbuster couldn't burst that. I'm going to actually mark Gunbuster on losers, so that people know. Euchre taking the first round after what was some pretty back and forth round 1 and 2, and then extremely well played round 3. Pretty good confirmed there, not much damage, but the damaging knockup is always like appreciated. Mashes after the ODR, and what a man. Unfortunately not quite in distance to pick up that. Gunbuster doing a good job blocking the stuff, and wow, that was a counter hit. That wasn't even Gunbuster getting anal blockable, that was just him matching something. And he's oh no! He ran out of the barrier. And one overthrow for you, one overthrow for me, and Euchre's a little bit surprised that he burst that, but I guess he just wants to make the most out of the danger state to just like ensure the kill. And yeah, the Gunbuster doesn't burst that. He ran out of barrier a little bit too quick, trying to be too preemptive with the Hazama stance. And then ends up bursting really early in the round, so both are almost equal in burst gauge. I like that option. Oh wow, really good mash out there by Gunbuster. Good anti-air by Euchre. Does he goes for no? He goes for an attempt at a reset, and fortunately for Gunbuster, he was pretty on top of that. But he does end up getting caught by the uppercut. Ooh, that should be it. Yeah. Gunbuster had a couple options there to just like move away and generate space and all of that, but Euchre was relentless with the pressure. And that means that Euchre is pretty close to match point, tournament point even. Let's see if Gunbuster can take it back. he's shown that he can like win. He can play around Hazama and all of that, but Euchre is maybe like playing just a little bit too fast for him. Pretty good start to the round there. Euchre immediately bursts. Doesn't want to deal with any my nonsense. Okay, that was plus frames there. Euchre ended up mashing, and yeah. Hazama, as good as the chains. Oh wow, that was really well timed roll there by Gunbuster. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't quite get to make the most out of the pick up he got after. Guard break. Okay, we're just doing little flips, change, a lot of movement, a lot of dancing around in the air here. A really nice pick up there. Oh wow, he tried so hard to connect that and then just fish for the air unblockable. Ends up hitting Euchre with the charge. Oh wow! Surprised, yeah. Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good reset by Gunbuster there. He knew that that wasn't going to change, so he decided to have the Spear be fully charged to either reset or just ensure plus frames. I like that awareness. Okay, we're just dancing below the chains, and it's good that you're like avoiding the chains as much as you're doing, but like the idea is to make Hazama run out of chains like he did, but he didn't quite like capitalize on that. He just let Hazama get the chains back. Really nice 5A anti-air. Hazama has 2 anti-airs. Hazama has a lot of anti-airs, but 5A is one of the best of them, which is really funny. Oh, goes up for Lorenzo, and again, TRM meant that that bar was Gunbuster trying to OS a throw there. Which Euchre hasn't been all that active with the regular throws. He either goes for like a defensive air throw or like really nice instant block there in the air. Okay, no, doesn't finish up the confirm for the air hit there. It's pretty tough, yeah. Oh wow, that cross-up was insane. I would have got hit by the first time of that, and again, now that he's seen the TRM and get punished for it, I think Euchre is also willing to go for a normal throw a lot more. And this is one hit to kill, really good jump out there. Odd burst bait, but I guess Euchre has been very aggressive with his burst, and this should be it. Hazama OD combos did a lot of damage. Oh, doesn't quite get it there. And Gunbuster is in the last legs of his HP. Man, he gets stacked low, and a really smooth dash-in is the move that Euchre chooses to end up winning this with a trio. An extremely clean run by Euchre in this 3rd edition of the Azure Overdrive. So yeah, congratulations Euchre, congratulations to Gunbuster, congratulations to Squidward, Tomato, It's Mad, Sheldon, all the top 8. Small Fry and Dark One are the ones I think I forgot to mention there. Congratulations to everyone. Again, congratulations to Euchre. Thanks to Evita for helping me with the prize pool for another week. I really appreciate it. You don't have to do it, but I mean, thank you. Again, this was a bit of a spotty tournament with the disconnects and the last second entrant to the tournament, which fortunately didn't derail the bracket as much because we had like a single bye, which was Euchre, so he just had to play an extra match. But it's still something that I should have been more cognition about. A lot of things that went like oddly wrong. Again, the things with the disconnects and stuff like that. I'll try to see if there's like anything I can do to prevent that for next time. Which again is gonna be delayed for another week because we're in a Vortex Gallery week, and the weekend of the 25th I'm gonna be busy. So yeah, thanks to everyone who hung in the chat, who was here, who came in here and then left. And yeah, bit of a spotty tournament. I'm not too happy about it. Not because of the quality of the matches, because the matches were really good. We had a lot of like super close, super fun matches to watch. It was just like a couple of mistakes that I shouldn't have made because I hadn't made them like the past few times. And other than that, then yeah, I'll be reaching to with Euchre to sort out his prize pool, and I'll be doing the top 8 post later. I'll be uploading the VOD to the playlist that's pinned on the tournament chat in the Discord server. And other than that, thanks to everyone for hanging out, for bearing with my inadequacy as a TO, and I hope you all have fun. I'll see you guys next time.